and thanks for having us in your homes. I assume that's where you all are. It's another edition of Backpage's Fails and Funnies, and we've got a great show lined up, from some classic live TV bloopers to fans in the firing line and pretty much everything in between. Now, we've got the perfect place to begin this week. Entrances. They're important in sport, in life. It's a way of announcing yourself. You're primed, you're ready to play. But sometimes that glorious entrance leaves us looking for a hasty exit. Here's our top 10 entry fails. Not sure if these guys are running out to play or escaping a fire. Either way, it's messy.
Tonight, you want to come out with a bang, you know, make a big boom, but you don't want this to happen.
Not quite like that.
I mean, the Hilltoppers just stumbling their way out. But that is really the only mistake, the only stumble, one would say.
Nothing better than running through the banner in your 100th game. Well, running into the banner. May as well have made that out of bricks. Here's a scary combination. Pump performers carrying spears, bare feet, and wet, slippery grass. They're supposed to be intimidating England players before the test against South Africa, but they just can't stay upright. A third-place playoff goes into extra time. No drama for anyone, except the bloke parachuting in with the game ball for the final.
Now this week was time for the final because the jumpers got the ball for the kickoff.
They like to circle the wagons in Oklahoma before college footy. Now, the bloke falling out the back still manages to wave the flag with passion. That was nothing. They have occasionally lost it completely.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Watch her ability to roll. When she hits the ground, nice roll. That's what they teach you in jiu-jitsu, Joe.
Well, one man on a horse should be tickety-boo. You cross the player entrance tunnel at your own risk. He's the sound guy. Surely you should have heard them coming.
In the pre-game introductions, still at work. This man is tough. Bernie.
Here's the main event. The entrance to the ring, showing your strength, agility, power, and acting ability.
Whoa, Monty Barron not hanging around.
I meant to do that. This is the best ever. The boxer who doesn't know how to get into the ring. Bugger it, I'll just roll in.
Certainly comes to fight.
He's so much cockier after the fight. The entrance sucked. He wants to nail the exit. And the limp of shame back to the dressing room. Titus, it's terrible when you get the basics wrong. Now, there are a couple of simple things in sports. Are my boots on the right feet? And crucially, am I running in the right direction? Well, occasionally someone doesn't get the direction memo and beautiful chaos ensues. We begin with rugby league, where it seems getting tipped on your head affects your sense of direction.
Well, he didn't know where he was. He played the ball the wrong way.
He's not on his own, though. The Dragons have been going backwards for years. And Marty Bella is still living down this origin clanger.
Been in good form as well. Almost played it the wrong way.
Usually basketball is pretty straightforward. You run that way, we'll run this way. But a free throw miss, and for no good reason the other team has a crack at the same goal. Well, if you're running that way, we must be going this way. And that was at the Under-17 World Cup. Great snap from Port's David Roden in 2009, except for one thing.
Kicks it around the body. What's he doing? He's going the other way.
As penance, Roden went on to become a goal umpire.
Oh, he thought he'd just kicked the screamer of a goal.
The 3,000-metre steeplechase final at the 2017 World Championships. And who doesn't want to keep their feet dry? But there's no avoiding the dreaded water jump.
That's Chip Koech, the third class
fastest athlete in the world this year, who then had to double back.
She managed to come back and finish fourth. This was literally a bridge too far in the Venice Marathon, with the 7 leading runners following a motorbike on a road to nowhere.
This was the critical moment that turned the fate of the Venice Marathon right on its head with that very sad navigational error.
Once back on track, they were a minute behind the somewhat surprised winner. With about a kilometre to the finish of the 1994 New York Marathon, Mexico's Jermaine Silva took a wrong turn into Central Park.
Silva is the one on the left. He makes the turn, then stops.
In an amazing recovery, he caught back up to his opponent to claim a memorable win, while also earning the nickname Wrong Way Silva. It's 1964, a fumble from Billy Kilmer, and Viking great Jim Marshall grabs the pill and sets off for the end zone. But, you guessed it, not his end zone.
Marshall is running the wrong way, and he's running it into the end zone the wrong way, thinks he's scored a touchdown, he's scored a safety. As he picked up that fumble, he ran about 60 yards the wrong way.
They hung on to beat the 49ers. Teammates one day, mortal enemies the next. Formula One champ Lewis Hamilton just couldn't tell the difference.
Gone to the wrong garage.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton has had a bit of memory fade and has gone to McLaren. They waved him through, they still like him, but it's not his garage. Get on with it, Lewis. Jensen's coming in.
It looked like a pretty easy day for Benny the Swing, until he swung the wrong way.
Well done, Benny the Swing. Oh, hang on, he's gone the wrong course. He's gone the wrong course. He's jumped a fence. Oh, my goodness.
And number one, just seconds to go, scores tied. Who doesn't want to sink the winning goal? This guy. Jermaine Marshall plonked it in his own goal. His Greek league side loses and is eliminated. As you know, sport can be a cutthroat business where only the tough survive. This can also be the case for the sports media, who often have nowhere to hide during a broadcast. Now, we've found some of the pitfalls of live TV for this next countdown. And to kick us off, a classic moment from one of English football's great characters, Chris Kamara.
We're off to Fratton Park, where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
I don't know, Jeff, has it? I must have missed that. Red card.
Chris, have you not been watching? I haven't. I don't know where that's come from, Chris. I have no idea what has happened there. What's happened, Chris?
I don't know, Jeff.
Get your fingers out and count up the number of Portsmouth players who are on the field.
No, you're right. I saw him go off, but I thought they were bringing a sub on, Jeff.
As professional as ever, Cammy. It's great to have the players as a backdrop when doing a live cross. In theory, anyway. This was just as unexpected.
Simon Südel hat ihn am Mikrofon.
A good sport, she came to work appropriately attired the next day. American broadcaster Pam Oliver is no stranger to the perils of sideline reporting either. Copping a ball to the head one day, and then an unwelcome musical interlude the next.
What's really happening other than this big, hey, now, I can't find one. You guys are messing it up. They hope to stay in Green Bay, of course, and play with the Packers' proven way to win. Really?
This was the late, great Rex Mossop with the world crashing down on his shoulders.
I can't work under these conditions, really, I can't.
Some commentators are committed to the job. Even a bout of laryngitis couldn't keep Trot's caller Jimmy Jakes away.
Trying hard was one step closer, but a higher race wins. Second placing, we own a teach and I think or on the inside, Cup and Eiffel, and that's it for me for the day.
Commentators do love a good segue. but not the kind Ian Healy thought would be good for a joyride around the SCG.
We'll let Healy take us to the break because Joey, we're... See, the ground's soft. The ground is soft. That really happened.
This reporter also set himself up for a big fall.
Community Shield game, much.
Now, that's the kind of thing that never happens to you in live television.
Others are just out of their depth.
I've got to be very careful because I've got this sound pack on. But Sarah Vasey, Adam Peaty, Sean Marie O'Connor, Ben Proud and James Guy. Congratulations. Oh! I didn't see the step. Sorry about that. Well, let's give you all a good laugh. Adam's inconsolable there. Just look before you get in a swim pool in future, OK? I hope you can still hear me.
Mike is carrying on talking, but we can't hear him because a moment ago Mike fell in the water and his pack went in. He doesn't know. We can't hear him now. But goodbye, Mike.
What's in a name? Well, plenty if you're Sandy Roberts introducing a guest.
And in fact, we still have Miss Australia with us in Leanne Cock and Leanne Dick, I should say. And Leanne, it's going to be very interesting to we come to the stage now, and that is, I guess, fashions on the field. And
that's unbeatable. Maybe Sandy could see into the future. Now, Leanne Dick was later married and her name changed to Leanne Cockrell. Well, we've covered those in front of the camera, but we should also spare a thought for those behind it, the photographers and camera operators who put their bodies on the line in the name of sport. And we start on the first tee with Tora Bright.
Not so good at a non-chosen sport. Nearly killed our cameraman.
Oh, anything to get a hug from Tora. Hey?
Some photographers will do anything for that perfect shot, and positioning is paramount. But smack bang in the middle of Jonathan Thurston's run-up, not so much. This guy was also looking for the money shot.
Oh, that is disgraceful.
An amateur photographer got in the way of Giuseppe Guagnini at the Tour de France, but he still went on to win the stage. This guy was always asking for trouble, so close to a first pitch.
Which I can't decide whether that's the worst pitch in baseball history or the best pitch, first pitch in baseball history.
A couple of weeks later, though, he was ready.
And made the catch. How about that?
If you thought you were safer behind the catcher, think again. Sports photographer Tony Capabianco was the unfortunate victim, and to his credit, he still managed to get the shot of the incoming grenade. This next cameraman knows exactly how Tony feels. And he also captured the painful moment. Then there's Joe, the cameraman, and his infamous Segway spill.
There was nothing on the ground to hit except for a helmet.
Joe endangered only himself. This cameraman took out the fastest man to ever live. Fortunately, he and Usain Bolt were unharmed.
The room I'm trying to start right now is that Justin Gatlin paid him off, so that's what I'm going with, but I'm all right, so it's all good.
Candidate for world's unluckiest cameraman is this guy at the Norwegian rally. Knocked over by a runaway tyre, he lived to film another day. And number one comes from drag racing in Tennessee. No surprise that the cameraman had abandoned his equipment before impact. jumping the guardrail to safety. Well, if cars hurtling out of control at breakneck speed is your thing, stick around. Coming up, we've got some outrageous near misses at the rally and fans who took their eye off the ball. Welcome back. Glad you've taken a break from the House Party app to spend some time with us as we turn our attention to the most important members of the sporting fraternity, the fans. Cheering on your team is what it's all about, but very occasionally there's a fan who takes their eye off the ball, and that's where it can all go horribly wrong. Take mum to the game, they said. Buy her nachos, they said. She'll love it, they said.
Wow. That is an explosion of cheese.
Yeah, that was Prince Fielder's first at bat. Look at that. Look at that gunk just all over the place. Ah!
If you get too close to the action at the golf, you could be cactus. Literally.
Oh, he fell in. Oh, my goodness. Now he's falling in the jumping choirs. Oh, no.
The thing about golf is the ball that gets you isn't necessarily on the hole you're watching.
How would you describe that one, Frank?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was.
Knocked the guy over. It's
pretty good move, too.
Scared the living daylights out of him.
Sitting on the hill at the cricket is one of life's great joys. But this poor guy copped a six-stitcher in more ways than one.
Oh, in fact, that's very dangerous.
Auntie Eileen thought she had great seats right behind the goals until this. Don't you hate it when it's your shout and this happens on your return from the bar? At least he saw the funny side. In these modern times, the smartphone has a lot to answer for.
The ball is being fired wayward of the mark and straight into the first row.
Look at this in the front row. Wow!
Yes, getting your phones out anywhere near the front row at the basketball is fraught with danger.
Got the cell phone out.
What's on that cell phone?
This poor Leicester fan never knew what hit him either. And number one, the lesson of the day. Whoever is not looking at the ball will attract the ball.
A shot on the goal, flying into the stands, a little off the mark, and then, oh, you better pay attention. Oh, no.
Now, there's another sport where you really have to keep your eyes peeled. Rally cars. Dirt roads, no fences or barriers, plenty of trees, high speeds, and fans hanging out wherever the hell they want. What could possibly go wrong? Well, we've culled it down to 10 things in our rally near misses. Of course, cows. This calf very close to becoming veal. Just as with the coronavirus, herd immunity is a risky business.
Oh, but this wasn't in the script.
At least horses and cows try to get out of the way. Stupid humans, on the other hand, don't cross here, it's dangerous. See? It's the perfect security demonstration. This Spanish marshal thinking he'd have a much better view if that tree wasn't in the way.
Heart-stopping moment for the Spanish marshal.
On the other hand, this is just horrifying. From the best seats in the house to in the line of fire, these fans' lives and a big yellow metal object flashed before their eyes. All escaped. Only incredible luck and some anomalies in the laws of physics saved this bloke in Argentina. Right over the top. Check out the uber cool photographer. You can't get me behind the cement fence. And he gets the shot. Meet the world's luckiest pooch. May the road rise with you. Forget Red Dog. Where's this guy's movie? I'm not even sure this old fella is a rally fan. He's just on his way to the shops. Bread, milk, toilet paper. Mum always said go to the bathroom before you get in the car and before you play sport. Great advice, but sometimes nature is just determined to take its course. Here's our top 10 I'm busting moments. Teamwork isn't restricted to the playing pitch. It can happen in the dugout as well. Nothing to see here. At least this bloke made it onto the field. Like the start of a haka, he takes a knee with the team huddled around him. But trust me, that ain't no haka. I feel for this kid standing on the ANZ Stadium side of the giant hedge. He goes behind it for absolute privacy. Not his fault Fox Sports was going live, shooting the whole episode. Professional cyclists are trained to deal with a leak every now and then. Don McKinnon was fined $10,000 for urinating on the field back in 1988. Referee Mick Stone blows a penalty. I think the real infringement is a few metres behind you, Mick. Even if your venue is appropriate, there can still be issues.
There we go.
Pitcher Fernando Rodney needed to be rescued from a dugout loo.
Fernando Rodney.
Yeah, that would be an important guy.
The guy in the red shirt enjoying a peaceful, personal moment with nature. Until a wayward golf ball and its following camera make it very public. Loved ones are supposed to be there to support you in your big moments.
Distracted by something. We're told that there's a toilet door shutting.
That's my fiance. Trying to put me off. You should be ashamed.
They've been practicing social distancing ever since. Oh, how cute, the old dog on the football field. Maybe not so cute. He clearly wasn't impressed with the standard of the game. Neither was the goalkeeper. I've got to dive there later. And if you are really busting, perhaps the last thing you'd want to be in is a full Lycra cycling outfit.
And he's changing his jersey. Tom Dumoulin, oh no! No, no, no!
Back up and running, if that isn't what he was already doing. When the stage was done, he was pretty matter-of-fact about the issue.
I needed to take a dump, and yeah, I could not hold it anymore.
I think you need something cute after that. Now, last week we showed the athletic prowess of our canine companions. So to finish up this week, some other members of the animal kingdom who are sporting stars. First up is Eddie the otter from Oregon Zoo, who suffers from arthritis. So his keeper came up with a novel way for him to improve movement in his joints by teaching him to slam dunk. It's good to get the basics covered first, such as dribbling. Snow Lily from the Milwaukee County Zoo showing off her underwater basketball skills. This is Ricky, the tennis-playing monkey from Japan. He's a real powerhouse at the net. Whoa, nice. And he's also mastered the Pete Sampras mid-air smash. Check out the sublime skills of these volleyball-playing seals. Very much a case of follow your nose, with some seriously impressive reflexes thrown in. Fred, the footballing sheep, not surprisingly, comes from New Zealand. We'll let Kyle, his owner, explain how this all came about.
When he was 1 year old and me and Sam were playing soccer and we kicked the ball over the fence by accident and he headbutted the ball through the fence and we grabbed it and then Dad threw the ball at him and then he kept headbutting it back.
Next up, macaws showing off their football skills. Fun fact here, most parrots are left-footed. Last year, this vision of a rugby-loving beluga whale somewhere near the North Pole took the world by storm as it began an impromptu game of fetch with a group of rugby-mad South Africans. The Japanese love to teach great apes their favourite games, and this fella had it all worked out with bat in hand. And another chimpanzee strutting his stuff, this time on the football field, beating tackles and even pulling off a nutmeg. When you weigh almost 3 tonnes and can produce fancy footwork like this, you deserve the #1 slot. This majestic African elephant had all the skills too, putting a trunk to good use, which of course is well within the rules. Well, that's all for this week. Hope you're really enjoying our weekly light-hearted look at the unpredictable world of sport. I'll be back to do it all again next Tuesday when we bring you more of the best fails and funnies from the games we play. In the meantime, please stay safe, take care of each other. Bye for now.
This has been a Fox Sports production.